Hey Aquarius, welcome to your weekly forecast for February 8th through the 14th. We're going to see what's coming up for you guys here in the general overall Aquarius energy. Now, if you happen to stumble upon this video outside of those dates, don't you worry, my darlings. You were brought here whenever you were ready to hear the messages that are going to be coming up here. So we're focusing here on Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. See what messages are coming up here in the collective energies for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Alrighty, my darlings? So let's get right on into it here. And what you guys have coming up first is the Hanged Man. Now, this is a card a lot of people don't like to see, right? So some of you maybe are like groaning already. But hear me out here. There's something about the Hanged Man a lot of people don't consider, okay? And it's important. This is a major arcana card. Okay, a lot of the times people don't like to see the Hangman because they feel like, oh, well, something is not moving forward or nothing's happening. But this is a major arcana card, and the major arcana cards come up when we're at a really significant crossroads, a really significant change. We're coming into a new chapter. It's a time of change that is directly connected with our spiritual path, the things we came here to learn, the things we came here to accomplish and to master. So anytime we're at these kinds of big crossroads energies, our angels and guides are with us. They're helping us through that transition and through the changes. And the reason why this card is important is it comes up because a situation that you're dealing with, there's something about the situation you have not been seeing, you have not been realizing, okay? And so this is basically saying you're getting a little bit of a timeout here, not as like a punishment, but a little bit of a timeout to just take a moment and look at the situation from a different angle, because there's a better solution available often, most of the time, than what it is that you're trying to make happen. Okay, I see this card also come up for a lot of people in my private readings a lot of the times when they're trying to manifest something and they've been trying to manifest it for a very long time, and it's about to come in, and your angels and guides are like, okay, you know, like, you've been asking for this is like a free will kind of situation, and you're manifesting it, it's about to come in, we're about to bring it in for you. But we know, like, we know that you're not going to be happy with it. We know it's not going to give you what you think it's going to give you. So before it comes in, just take a moment to really reevaluate, re-examine, okay? So as we're coming into this week, Aquarius, it might be a good time for you guys to just take a little moment, do a little bit of an inventory check. What is it that you're trying to bring in? Right? What do you expect it's going to make you feel, or how you think it's going to make you feel? Might it not make you feel that way? And are there other things that you can do to feel that way right now that might be easier, that might be quicker, that might be beneficial, that might be less expensive, you know, whatever it might be. So this is a good time to just kind of check in with yourself and see things from a different angle. You can always ask your angels and guides to help you too. You can pray, you can ask God to basically say, you know, what is it about the situation I'm not seeing? Please help me to see it, and give it time and see what comes in through that meditation or prayer. Now, next here, we've got the Ten of Swords, okay? Very scary looking card, but a very positive message, okay? When the Ten of Swords comes up, we're breaking out of some karmic cycle, some karmic situation. And I'm not saying this to be a Pollyanna. I'm not saying this to be like super, super positive. But every time I have pulled Ten of Swords for myself, or for any of my long-term clients that I've been reading for years and years and years, and I see what happens in their life in between the readings, anytime I've pulled Ten of Swords, it's been before a really massive, really positive breakthrough. Okay, and typically it comes up when the person I'm reading for has made a very difficult decision to leave a situation. It could be a job situation, a living arrangement, a relationship, a family situation. They've finally made the decision to disconnect, and it's bittersweet. It's a bittersweet feeling. On one hand, it feels really good to break free and to be done with it. On the other hand, there might still be some, you know, positive memories here. Like, I see this come up in a lot of people in their career when, like, you know, they landed their dream job a while back, and they've grown and they've worked very hard and they've done a really great job, and now it's like they've outgrown the place and it's stifling. It's no longer fun to be there. They've outgrown the energy, and they might be very close with their boss, or they might feel like, you know, they're very important in that job to that company, but it's stifling them. It's like soul crushing, and they have to move on to the next thing. So it's kind of bittersweet to leave that kind of situation. Could be a relationship, like I said. It could be happening in different areas of your lives. It's not going to be in the same area for every single one of you. This is a general reading after all. But it's this breaking free. This is also very positive for anybody who's been struggling with any kind of addictions. Please keep in mind, my darlings, addiction is not only about substance use or substance abuse, because we can be addicted to anything, right? We can be addicted to a relationship. We can be addicted to shopping, spending, video games, gambling. It doesn't always have to be some kind of like a substance. And so this is that, you know, breaking out of that cycle of addictions. And I just heard codependency. So Aquarius, if any of you have been struggling with codependency, there's really big shifts coming into your life in the coming weeks about breaking free from like codependent kind of situations. Again, it doesn't only have to be romantically. It could be in friendships and all kinds of things, okay? Your next card here, my dears, is the Knight of Wands. Okay, now the Knight of Wands can sometimes indicate in my readings when it's coming in for a person. It can be someone who kind of comes in and out of your life. Okay, so maybe some of you are breaking free from somebody coming in and out of your life, and you might have somebody resurfacing. Obviously, this could be romantic for many of you, but those of you who watch my readings, you know that in the weekly forecasts, I steer clear from love and romance. I do a monthly love reading, and then in the weekly, I try to focus on everything outside of love. Okay, so if you're interested in love and relationship, check out the love readings for February. I'll have them linked in the description. But here, this could also be sometimes coming up as an ultimatum, like a decision that you're being kind of forced to make. So some of you maybe have been on the fence about making a decision, right? We had that, excuse me, we had that Hanged Man where you've just kind of been not really moving forward and, you know, waiting for something to come in or waiting for something to change. And there's this Ten of Swords energy. So the Knight of Wands is like some of you might be faced with an ultimatum where you're being forced to choose or forced to move forward. Okay, because this can sometimes be having to make a really quick decision, as well as sometimes it can be someone who kind of comes in and out. It's going to be different for different ones of you because this is a general reading. Okay, some of you are going to be working towards a very significant goal in your life, a significant goal, a significant project. And I feel for some of you, this Knight of Wands is actually a well-meaning person, like somebody who wants to help you. It could even be somebody that you're partnering up with or collaborating with. But I feel this person might be really eager and pushing things and rushing things and let's do this and let's do that. And like you're feeling like, okay, well, wait a minute, like the project's kind of getting away from me here, right? So some of you are maybe having to have a really good boundary with this person and kind of appreciate what they're doing and what they're bringing in, what they're adding. But at the same time, like it's going to be up to you, Aquarius, to be the level-headed one, to just kind of calm the energy back down. All right, let's focus, let's get organized. I'm getting like a visual of like a little kitten just like darting around and jumping in and out of boxes and grabbing things and running off with it. So this person's very eager, but you might have to be the one to just kind of be the organizer, the one bringing it back down, you know, grounding the energy again. Your next card here, my dears, ooh, look at this, is the Knight of Swords. So once that happens, there could be some disagreements here. There could be like a butting of heads, okay? Because when we have the Knight of Swords coming up, it can be drama, it can be conflict, it can be arguments. It can also be things happening very quickly and moving forward very quickly. Okay, now this is what I feel like is happening, Aquarius. Okay, you guys are the air sign, right? You guys are the element of air, and the swords is connected with the element of air. So this is what I think is happening. This is a heads up for you. You're dealing, and maybe you're dealing with a fire sign, okay? They could be a fire sign, not necessarily, but you're dealing with somebody who's coming in and putting you in a situation where, like, they're mixing everything up, or they're giving you ultimatums, and you have this planned set schedule. You have this way that you're wanting to do things. And so when you try to bring it down and ground it, you might come off to them as the Knight of Swords, which means that you might be coming off to them as like, you know, this is my show and we're going to do it my way and you don't know what you're doing. And that might not be your intention, right? You're just trying to organize it because they're all over the place. So to see these two cards coming in together, I feel like what you're being encouraged to do is don't let this person get under your skin, okay? Take a step back, count to 10, count to 20 if you need to, take a deep breath. And when you approach them in the way as if like they feel they're being heard and that like you're going to get to those things. But right now, here's the priority things and why we're going to do things this way. Because you just might be very short and very tempted to like shut them down. If this is something that you can part ways, I do feel like you're going to feel like it's time to part ways and do it on your own. But if it's a situation where like you're being forced to work together or you're forced to like live in that situation for a little bit longer, then this is coming up to just say, look, like just be cautious of your approach. And if you're not sure how to go into it, again, pray, ask, for guidance, ask for help, ask for patience, ask for to be able to communicate clearly, effectively, positively, set the intention to have positive resolution come out of, talking about things or approaching things. But whatever you do, don't let it become a power struggle, because I feel what the cards are saying is there's a potential here for a power struggle, for a conflict, but you can be the mature one, you can be the level-headed one, and you can steer the ship a little bit more calmly, right? It doesn't have to be through chaos or drama or argument or disagreement, okay? I feel a lot of you are like making a plan and you're keeping it very quiet, but this might be, again, in terms of leaving a situation, right? Like if you've been wanting to leave a job, right? You might be like, well, you know what? I'm not going to go talk to my boss and tell them that I'm not happy. I'm not going to like complain about anything. I'm just going to keep doing my work, keep peace with my coworkers, and I'm going to start looking elsewhere. Or if it's a living situation, you might not go tell your roommate, you know what? I'm really unhappy here and I can't stand it and I'm going to start looking for another place. You're not going to tell them that because you don't want to create the tension or the conflict, or like a relationship, right? You might be like, maybe this isn't the best time to bring this up right now with this person. Let me just get my ducks in a row, figure out what I'm doing. So I feel a lot of you are kind of making preparations in that way as well. Again, this is a general reading, guys. It may or may not resonate. Sometimes your moon or rising sign might resonate more. So a lot of people like to check those out as well. Sometimes it just adds a little extra information. So check out your moon sign and rising sign as well. And if you're looking for love and romance, I'll have the love readings for February linked in the description. All right. And if you're looking for a private reading, calendly.com/amethystangelite. I'll have that listed in the description as well. I thank you all for watching. Take care, my darlings.